It is Friday night, and I'm feeling all right. I welcome back everybody to the Snug Wrestling Podcast. Friday Night SmackDown before Saturday night's main event, and it was a long show, but we did learn a lot from this episode of Friday Night SmackDown. We did get a fourth match added to the card for Saturday night's main event. We got new tag team champions. We saw a lot tonight, and we're going to go over that with the Snug Wrestling Crew. Is here with me, Mr. Blood, Tommy, and Toxic. Welcome, fellas. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. I don't know if we can really call this a go home edition of SmackDown because Saturday night's main event isn't a PLE, it's an event. It's like a glorified house show just with more production value. So I guess I'll still relegate next week as the go home show of the month. But this show felt kind of half filler, half like not filler because almost everything that happened tonight already had a story going into it. But I'm be honest, I think of the year so far, and I know it's only the third SmackDown of the year. I believe this is the third. This was the most boring.
My bad. I'm focused on something else right now, and I don't know why. I'm
Well,
doing good.
don't.
Okay.
Toxic.
Okay. Shut up. I'm currently about to be fucking froze over here in Texas. So, yeah. Um, Other than that, I guess I'm going good. SmackDown felt mid. There were some good things, there were some bad things, but we'll get into that.
A toxical. If he gets frozen over, he'll be a toxical.
It's too soon, dog. It's too soon, dog.
Well,
Hey,
Illinois
Tux.
is currently facing that same shit because as of recently, just today alone, it was like feels like -19 over here. So Illinois decided to be cold as fuck too.
Which
But
state is colder, Texas or Illinois right now?
Man, the coldest it's supposed to be in Texas is Monday, and it's supposed to feel like -3. So,
yeah, we definitely haven't beat.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
then you'll be all right, Toxic.
Illinois is more up north, so that's getting closer to Canada's, refrigerator. So,
yeah, but
but not me and Edgar, in California and Florida respectively, over here with like nice 60 to 70 degrees in a breeze.
Yeah,
My
fuck
house is
both.
69 degrees right now.
Mine's 70.
Yeah, fuck both of you. But there is one thing that I believe that WWE screwed up on, and that is that I would not have declared Roman Reigns for the Royal Rumble and his return
Oh,
Rumble. I would not have done that whatsoever. I would have just let that happen at the Rumble and have that be a massive pop.
nah, because you want to tune in the people. You want to let them know ahead of time. Oh, look who's going to show up at Saudi Arabia.
You
I
want to
think
make
that's
sure
going
they
to.
sell out. That's what it is. They want to make sure they have a sellout, and also guarantee, because Roman's such a massive star, they're trying to make sure that the Saudi government is appeased by knowing that their biggest star will be in the building that night for the Prince of Saudi Arabia and all his bandwagon of bitches, just to make sure that they get what they fucking want. So, I mean, God, because they're going to drag everybody there kicking and screaming whether they want to work or not.
Yeah, but also for the fans too. It builds that anticipation. You want to build that hype for Royal Rumble. You want to make people, oh, I can't wait to see this. People are going to be waiting to see, oh, when is Roman Reigns going to show up? What number is he going to be?
I mean,
It's fun.
I saw a report last week. I think Wrestle Talk covered it too, that they were actually not planning on having really any surprises this year because of the fact that they have to fly there and there are airports involved. It's almost impossible to keep people a secret because you have to go to a whole different country. There's news everywhere. People follow flights. People wait in the airports. You can't just hide somebody. And so the reports were saying that they were just going to be announcing a lot of the people who would be there ahead of time. just because they knew they can't keep it a secret. Because
Well, there's a
you
new
got to go through 2 fucking airports, and you've got to then spend the entire week leading into the show hiding your ass in the city.
well, there's a new rumor, a new report going around that Royce Keys is going to show up at the Royal Rumble.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the new signee from AEW, aka Willie Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs. I guess the WWE trademarked Royce Keys recently, and everyone believes that that's going to be Will Hobbs' new name in the WWE, because that has also been confirmed by all the major wrestling websites or whatever, that Will Hobbs has signed with the WWE and is expected to show up at the Rumble, apparently.
Well, 2 things. 1, that's a stupid ass name. And 2, who gives a shit? I mean, at this point, is everybody like, this is what AEW has become. All their biggest mid-card stars are quitting and leaving to go to WWE, and everybody who doesn't want to stay in TNA is going to AEW. So AEW stays overinflated. WWE keeps getting all of AEW's second sloppy seconds, and it's just going to keep going. Like, I'm at the point where I don't care. Like, I'm just, the only people I expect to never leave AEW at this fucking point are the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, and MJF is probably going to show up in WWE in 3 years. Other than that,
well, let me tell you, Blood. Yeah, Will Hobbs is really good though. Like, I'm okay with WWE getting these AEW people, because there's a lot of people in AEW that have a lot of potential that can grow a lot more in WWE, like Penta, like Ricky Saints, like Ethan Page. Will Hobbs is one of them. At some point, I would like to see Kyle Fletcher in WWE. He's really good. He has a lot of potential. They're good in, yeah. I mean, they do good stuff in AEW, but there's certain people that just fit better in WWE, like a Cody Rhodes, for example. So I'm excited for Royce Keys or Will House Hobbs or whatever the fuck they're gonna call him. I'm really excited for that. He's gonna be a fucking insane new addition to the WWE.
I mean, he's going to be great.
Fun.
I'm just like at the point where hearing it's just not a surprise anymore. It's like I'm expecting AEW guys to just jump ship at this point. Like, you're on an overinflated roster. You're getting no TV time. If you're on TV at all, it's not for very fucking long. There's not really any stories being told between these people. And if they are, they're very lackluster. They're very hit and miss week to week stories, a lot like WWE. The only difference is WWE has way more fucking goodwill with the audience. When AEW does it, it's like, you guys just hire too many fucking people and no one's got enough time. So it's like, I'm not excited for AEW guys anymore, because I'm like, okay, WWE is also filling up. Just stop hiring people, both companies, and let's work with the people we've got. That's how I genuinely feel. Because also, this is how WWE works too. The more motherfuckers they hire from outside, the more guys inside and more girls inside they start releasing out of nowhere at random to make a way for new contracts to get these guys from AEW. Because WWE doesn't really care about these talents. WWE wants these AEW people because they're trying to steal AEW fans. Hardcore AEW fans who might not watch WWE. So I'm like, well, you're bringing them over, but how much fanfare are they going to get?
Yes and no. Yes, they probably do want to take those AEW viewers, but also these people have a lot of potential that the WWE sees that AEW does not.
Oh, I don't disagree at all. Don't get me wrong. AEW filled with extremely, extremely talented individuals. I'm just wondering, we've gotten lucky so far because the majority of people that WWE pulled from AEW already were already established indie wrestlers before they even went to AEW. When you have the homegrown people like Jade Cargill and I assume Powerhouse Hobbs, because I never heard of him before he was in AEW. These homegrown guys, How many of these guys need to get, because when you look at Jade Cargill, retrained from the ground up, so goddamn drizzling shit's bad. And I'm just like, how long are you going to take and spend on these people to make a real wrestler out of them beyond what WWE's expectations are? Because WWE's expectations are way the fuck up here. AEW's down here.
I think he's gonna have to go to NXT.
I definitely think so too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started on this show.
My last thoughts on what Snug said is very simple. What in the world is up with WWE and their naming system now compared to what it used to be? Because what it used to be, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, fantastic names here and there. And then you've got Hikuleo turning into Tala Tonga, Jeff Cobb turning into JC Mateo. As of recently, they've just come up with the stupidest of names.
Well, from what Seth Rollins said in that Unreal documentary, I think the big difference is Dusty Rhodes, who was the head of creative back then.
But even then, like, I mean, WWE has always let these guys kind of pick their names. They give them they say write down a list of first names and a list of last names, and then pick which ones you like, and then we'll tell you which ones we think are the best. And that's usually how it used to work. But when it comes down to it, I remember when Braun Breaker got signed to NXT. They thought the IWC thought it was the dumbest shit they'd ever fucking heard. We already have a Braun Strowman. Now you want a Braun Breaker with 2 Ks is what everybody was stuck on for 3 weeks in the news. It was the dumbest name ever, the dumbest name ever. Now look at him. So I think it really just, sometimes you can outrun a stupid fucking ring name if you're good enough in the actual ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they also got to pick a name that fits the wrestler, the person, the character, or whatever.
Well, everybody was like, why don't they just call him Braun Steiner? Well, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue as much as Braun Breaker does.
Yeah, I guess. All right, let's get started on the show because it's a 3-hour fucking show. We got a lot of stuff to cover. They're in Canada for this episode of Friday Night SmackDown, so it's only right that they start off with Sami Zayn. And I'm like, God damn, this episode of Friday Night SmackDown's in Canada. Saturday night's main event is in Canada. The Royal Rumble is in Saudi Arabia. And Sami Zayn comes out. He starts speaking French. And I'm like, God damn, this dude speaks English. He speaks French. He speaks Arabic whenever he's out there in the Royal Rumble, right? I'm like, this guy is he's from everywhere, Sami Zayn is. So that was cool to see. But he gets interrupted by Trick Willie. Trick Williams comes out and says the damnest thing to Sami Zayn. Me and you, we are not the same. You get title shots, but you always fall short. You don't get the job done. I get the job done. But Sami Zayn, he fired back too. He was like, you're right. We're not the same. Maybe one day, 5-10 years from now, maybe you will be as good as I am one of these days, new guy. But I thought this was a nice little face-to-face between Trick and Sami Zayn. Damian Priest comes out too. This is kind of pretty much to hype up the Fatal 4-Way for tomorrow night. But I thought this was a great opening for the show.
I'm not really sold on Trick Williams yet. I'm just not. In ring, I'm sold on him. Promo-wise, no. Because this is now the 3rd time he's cut a promo. Sammy, then Randy, and Sammy again, and then also with Damian. He just keeps saying the same shit over and over again. I'm great. I'm amazing. Something, something, something. Lemon Pepper Steppers. I'll be a world champion. Lemon Pepper Steppers. The crowd this, the crowd that. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. You keep failing. You keep failing. You fall short. I'm not you. We're not the same. He has said that 3 fucking weeks straight now. This, in some sort of way, he has made those exact same points over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm just like, dude, if you want me to buy into you, please say something else. Because even the crowd didn't really react to him too much. They reacted, but it was muted. And I was like, I didn't know if it was the way that WWE recorded and uploaded the sound. I thought even the crowd didn't come that much alive for Sammy either, as much as I thought they would. I don't know if maybe they were in an open air arena, but I doubt it because of the weather in Canada right now. But like, I don't know. I just didn't really. I'm not feeling Trick Williams on the mic yet. Right now, he's just a shit ton of catchphrases that remind me of The Rock mixed with Booker T. It's just the same catchphrases and the same 3 bullet points over and over again. I'm amazing. I'm great. You fall short over and over again, and lemon pepper steppers. And then we got the Damian stuff, and Damian talks and cuts a promo. And I was like, well, good to see Damian back in the main event scene. Fucking finally. Because that's where he's belonged. And then we get the brawl and everything, and Sammy and Damian go down because Trick Williams shoves, Damian into Sammy, and they kind of just let him walk off, and that was the end of it. And I was like, I know for a fact now, and we'll get to the segment later with Drew, but I 100% know who's winning tomorrow now.
Not a lot of thoughts. I mean, Blood basically said everything. Trick is just annoying. He's amazing in the ring, but just annoying. So not a lot of thoughts on this. My prediction hasn't changed. I still think that Randy's winning.
Yeah, Trick is just Trick. Pretty much nothing has changed from his NXT days, unfortunately. But I am with Blood when I say that when it comes to like main event level, he's not promo wise for the main roster. NXT, he was great for the main roster's promos, for sure. But what Trick needs to understand is what promo wise and in ring, he's great. There ain't no doubt about that. But when it comes to his promos, the main roster is just it's like 3 steps fucking above what NXT is. So it's just something that he's got to work on.
Okay. Tommy, you need to fix your glasses. Mr. Blood, you need to fix your ears. Toxic, you need to fix your glasses. Trick Williams is the best promo. Top 5 in the game. Top 5 wrestlers of all time. The future of the WWE. Y'all are tripping.
Edgar, you need to fix your drinking habits because I think you're drunk. Listen, when it comes down to it, the art of the promo is based and predicated on one specific thing: putting asses in seats. You have to sell the audience on the story to come see you. Right now, the audience is only there to mainly to 3 people, and honestly, you could say 2. And the top 2 people that audience cares about right now in this match is Sammy and Randy. Damian is there because they have taken the wind out of Damian's sails so long lately. The audience loved it when he came out because they're probably happy to see him in the main event picture again. But they don't care whether he wins or not. They want Randy or they want Sammy. And Sammy is the one they care about the most because Sammy knows how to sell you on the story, sell you on the match. It's about the fight. He's saying, you want to show up and see me scratch and claw to get this. Randy is there saying, you want to see me capture my 15th world title. Damian is there saying, you want to see me become El Campeón again. Trick Williams is saying, you want to see me because I'm me. Big fucking difference between those 3 and his. He's got to start saying some other shit, and they need to give him some. And I know he's still new. He's only been at this for about 4 or 5 years, but they've got to coach him backstage and say, stop talking about yourself so much. Start putting over your opponents in a way that a heel can do, or in the way that a heel can, and a heel can is meant to do, because you can be a heel and still put your opponents over, but not in a way that you're praising them, but in a way where you can put them over and highlight their accomplishments, but tell them why they're not going to beat you. Not just, you ain't going to beat me because you're not me. You know what I mean? He's got to work on the promos.
We'll talk about Trick Willie later on because he was the main event of this episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Yes, that's right. The guy that you guys have been hating on for the past 5-10 minutes was the main event of this episode of Friday Night SmackDown. But speaking of, just great things that happened on this episode of Friday Night SmackDown, man, the U.S. Open Challenge. This has been my favorite match of Carmelo Hayes' entire fucking title reign because it was versus Ilya Dragunov, and every time anyone steps in the foot with Ilya Dragunov, you are gonna work. They're gonna have to work. They're gonna have to fucking really bite down hard because this match was fucking hard hitting. Every time Ilya gets in the ring, it's fucking lovely. It's so special to see. And Carmelo Hayes held his own versus Ilya Dragunov. God damn, these motherfuckers were giving it all. They were hitting each other with everything in this match, man. Amazing fucking spots, amazing moments. Carmelo Hayes won, but Ilya had an out because The Miz helped Carmelo Hayes win this match. And this is all part of The Miz's plan. I think The Miz is trying to work his way into getting a title shot from Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was not happy. The fact that The Miz got involved, and that was the reason why Carmelo got the win over Ilya Dragunov. But, man, this was just amazing.
Yeah, this one, it's kind of crazy. The opener happens to be the match of the night, in my opinion. I've said this for a long time now. Ilya is my guy. He is one of, if CM Punk is my favorite of all time, Ilya is my favorite and has been my favorite to watch before he left on injury and since he's come back. He's just so goddamn good. There is a reason this guy was the one guy all over the independents that just had Gunther's number. I mean, no one gave Gunther a problem the way that Ilya gave Gunther problems. You think Punk took Gunther to his limit. You think Damian or you think Goldberg, any of these guys. No one beat the shit out of Gunther the way Ilya did. And now that he's beefed up, he's even more intimidating. He's even more ferocious. And this match was insane. Great back and forth. Loved the apron stuff, the fired up punch, vicious chops, rugged fucking stiff clotheslines from Carmelo to Ilya right there in the ropes trying to break his neck. Then hits him up with that pop-up cutter on the apron. Just jaw-jacked fucking Ilya. I mean, everything they did was great. Hell, even though the Miz interfered, that fucking cell off I'm blanking on what he calls it. It's a code breaker, but the cell off that fucking move where Ilya took it, then front flipped over to land flat back.
Yeah,
was great. What a sell!
Is it the first 48?
The first 48, and yeah. I can see Carmelo, because he's a babyface now, feeling like he didn't earn that win and giving Ilya one more. And I can see that maybe happening if we're lucky. If they were, let's just say, to add a match to Rumble, I doubt it. Probably next Friday. I would love to see Ilya and Carmelo run it back one more time. I think it would be great because they've done it twice now, right? So this would be the three-peat, and I think it's great, man. This was great shit.
So you could basically also throw the Miz in that too, because I mean, you could but you get the point. I agree with Blood. I mean, Ilya is like one of my top 5 favorites to watch because I mean, there's something about when he's just down and out, and when he's about to get pinned, I noticed that he doesn't move whatsoever. He looks like he's dead. Lifeless, eyes not moving, nothing moving. You get the point. And then you're just like, is he gonna kick out? Hurry up and kick out. And then he kicks out. So yeah. Also just the moves and the entertainment in the match is just amazing. I don't know why I'm blanking on words on what to say. Anyways, but yeah, this match was okay. I mean, it was match of the night, but I'm talking about like in Carmelo Hayes's United States Championship run. Me personally, I like Leon Slater versus Carmelo Hayes because I mean, just that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, great match of the night.
Completely agree. Sorry, having phone fucking difficulties. But completely agree. That was absolutely match of the night. There is no doubt about it. Ilya Dragunov, he himself, there is no bad match with him. It is always banger after banger after banger all the damn time with Ilya Dragunov, and there is no doubt about that. There is a reason back when Gunther and Ilya Dragunov were in NXT UK, Ilya took that title, that NXT title, off of Gunther. There's a damn reason why. And this tonight showed exactly why. Because he is just that damn good. And I would have loved to have an actual finish to this. But I do have a feeling like this may be a Rumble match since that I know of. We've only got like, what, 3 on that card?
No, we got 4. Oh, for the Rumble?
For the Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We haven't even gotten done with Saturday night's main event. My mind's not even there yet. I couldn't even tell you.
All I know is, look, whose leg do I got to hump in creative for them to give me Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther on the main roster? Just once.
Vince
Just give me
McMahon's.
one. Just give me one fucking match. One goddamn. I want. Ilya has never been this jacked, this beefed up before. He's always been the skinnier, lean cut. And Gunther, when they were wrestling, he was still like overweight and really fat, and now he's in the best shape of his life. Give me these two in the best shapes of their life on the main roster, PLE, fuck a title. Just let them go, bro. Please.
Yeah. But yeah, that bump for Ilya Dragunov for the first 48 was amazing. It reminded me of how The Rock would sell the stunner from Austin. You know, it's just amazing oversells. Even Dijak. What was his name? The guy that was in WWE, Dijak Kovic?
Dijak Don Djokovic or something.
Yeah, some
I'm
shit
pretty
like
sure
that.
it's just Dijak.
Yeah, he
Well, he had a
tweeted.
last name in NXT, and then they removed it when they put him in that horrible fucking retribution gimmick during COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dominic Dijakovic, God damn it, something like that, basically. But yes,
Yeah, he tweeted out. He was like, "That's the best bump I've ever seen," and I'm like, "Damn, yeah, that's. I mean, that's pretty true." All right, moving on, you guys. We had a backstage interview with Cody Rhodes and Michael Cole that was interrupted by Jacob Fatu because these two are going to face each other tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event. And I want to hear. I'm curious to see where you guys land on this because I thought this segment was amazing. I thought it was great. It was a good way to not only hype up the match, but we also got a sense of where these two stand because there was a lot of questions around this whole situation. You know, why did Jacob Fatu attack Cody Rhodes? You know, did Drew McIntyre actually attack Jacob? So we learned a little bit about that. You know, Jacob Fatu pretty much said that he believes it was Drew McIntyre that attacked him. And then Cody Rhodes fired back with, yeah, well, you reacted. That's the thing. You react. You don't think. All you do is react. And that's why you got locked up. And I was like, oh, shit. Cody took it there. So this thing got heated, man. And it was intense and it was entertaining. I was already sold on the match, but this made me more interested in the match. I thought this was awesome.
here's the thing. I was sold on the match because I just wanted to see Cody versus Jacob. This made me care about the match. There's the difference. You can be like, I want to see that match just because you really want to see what it looks like when two dudes or two ladies go at it in the ring and their styles, the way they wrestle. You're just like, God, I want to see what that looks like in front of me. Then there is, I'm emotionally invested in the match. I care about what happens. And what I love about Jacob is we've seen him behind the scenes and stuff and, everything. He's one of the sweetest dudes in the locker room. So loving, so caring, like a teddy bear. He's a really chill dude. And what's great about that is he can go from being that guy and who he is in real life to on screen and cut a promo like this, and you believe everything he's saying. You're buying what he's selling you. This is what I was talking about with the Trick Williams stuff. This is the art of a promo. Make me care. Make me pay for that ticket. Make me believe this is what I want to see. All Jacob had to do was interrupt Cody, lay out the facts. Cody struck back with something personal, and Jacob didn't avoid it. Jacob admitted to it. Jacob copped to his shortcomings, admitted that he thought he was a failure as a father, failing his family, didn't know where the food was going to come from to feed 7 kids, didn't know he was going to even get this job. He thought he was going to be fired before he even started on TV. He made you care about his stake in this. And that's what I love. But it also solidified the fact of what the point I made. He specifically said, I went after Drew because Drew kicked my teeth down my throat, which tells me the way he worded it, he knows it was Drew and it was Drew because he said Drew and kicked my teeth down my throat. What's Drew's finish? The Claymore kick. So as far as it's concerned, that reinforces why I thought the finish of the 3 Stages of Hell was stupid. He went after Drew because he knows, according to this promo, he knows it was Drew that attacked him. All Cody did was put his hands on his shoulder, and Jacob called Cody out and said, you just wanted to be the hero. And so he beat the shit out of Cody just for touching his shoulder because he believed Drew had the match won anyway, which isn't true. The match was not over just yet. Cody was still standing back up. So Cody going, you did cost me the match. You don't think, you react. You cost me the title. The match we should have tomorrow should be for that WWE Championship. And Cody's right. Just like Jacob is right. So I like this because both guys make extremely good points, but there's an emotional investment from both guys too. Cody feels betrayed and like he got screwed over. And Jacob feels like he's got to get payback for being taken out for 6 weeks of his career. And I think this sold the match. And now I'm a little upset it's on Saturday night's main event. I would have loved to put this on a major BLE.
Look, going into this, I wasn't expecting what happened. I thought it was going to be something more because, Michael Cole said, oh, I had a sit-down interview with Cody Rhodes and things got out of hand. And, just going into it, I can tell that Michael doesn't want, oh, I'm Cody Rhodes, I'm the good guy, I'm the one that doesn't really care about all this, I just want success for myself. No, he wants the Cody Rhodes that knows what he needs to do and what he needs to do so he can go on to be the successful person that he wants. But everything else after that was amazing. Jacob admitting that, look, I was going after Cody, or I was going after Drew, but you wanted to be the hero, and you wanted to basically finish Drew off. That's what I got out of that. But nah, so I put my hands on you. So, just everything in this segment was beautiful, perfect, chef's kiss, you get the point.
Here's my question. When was the last time we saw Cody make things this personal? It's been a hot
KO.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, but it's still been a hot minute since the last time we have seen Cody make things this personal for a match and bring up something this big.
Yeah, Cody usually has to feel extremely betrayed to go below the belt.
And for this, he absolutely did, with the fact that he's like, hey, look, you weren't thinking, you were just reacting, and that's what got you locked up in the first place. My reaction was, damn, you really went that low. Wow. Like, that was the first thing that popped into my head because of the fact that we haven't seen him do that in a while. Because it's always been somebody else making it personal and not Cody himself making it personal just to hype it up.
All right, you guys. The next match was Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill, and they're in Canada, right? Chelsea Green's Canadian, so she paid homage to the Mountie wearing her special gear that she wore on, tonight, this episode of SmackDown, which I thought was amazing. But because of that whole Unreal documentary, the comments that were made by Michael Hayes, how I don't know if you guys saw the documentary or not. I know Blood did, about, oh, Chelsea Green is only there to make people like Charlotte and Alexa look good. It kind of gave me another perspective and another feeling when watching these matches with Chelsea Green, because the whole time I was thinking, damn, she's really just there just to make Jade Cargill look good. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I kind of felt for Chelsea Green in this one. And yeah, because Jordynne Grace was ringside. So Chelsea Green was kind of like an afterthought in this whole thing because Jade Cargill won. Obviously, she's the champion. But the whole point of this match was to have that big face off, that big stare down with Jordynne Grace and Jade Cargill, which that match is supposedly, it's going to happen at some point. So yeah, I mean, it was a good match. The fact that they had that build up for Jordynne Grace and Jade Cargill at the end, but honestly, I couldn't help but feel kind of bad for Chelsea Green after it was all said and done, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to take this time to speak on Chelsea Green. The match itself was fine. Because I watched the documentary, the Unreal documentary, and when Michael Hayes, and you can clip this because I want to know what people think about this. When Michael Hayes said Chelsea Green is not built for the main event spot. She's not built for the spots that are made for Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and those girls. She is built to be the person that makes those people great and makes those people get there. That's the spot. And at first, I was extremely pissed off. When I heard him say that, I actually got legitimately mad on Chelsea Green's behalf at first. Because I was like, you just going to insult this girl on a documentary, say that she doesn't have what it takes to be a main eventer because you guys never book her in that spot to see if she could hang with those girls up there? Because I've seen her wrestle outside WWE. She has what it takes, Michael Hayes. And there was a lot of points in this documentary where the one thing I kept getting pissed off at was how Michael Hayes talked about R-Truth, how Michael Hayes talked about Chelsea Green, how Michael Hayes, Mr. Contrarian over here, champions the company, but then subsequently also in another light, in another tone, seems to give backhanded comments to the likes of Chelsea Green, to the likes of R-Truth. And I was really mad until Chelsea Green said, if this is where the company sees me, I made peace with that because I am getting to build the house of my dreams from scratch because of what I do in this company. I get to live the life that I have. I get to enjoy my lifestyle and be very fortunate and live my dreams because of this job. So if they need me to go out there and lose, if they need me to go out there and enhance someone else, then I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And I will be the very best that they need me to be. And that put Chelsea in a whole nother light for me. Instead of being mad at Michael for what I felt was insults, I became extremely proud of who Chelsea Green is. That she is like, you know what? In this company, who cares about winning and losing? I don't care if I win or lose. I just want to be a part of the team. I want to make this better. And if that's my role to play, then that's the role I'll play, and I'll be the best at it. Massive respect to her for that mindset, because it's one thing to get upset on behalf of a talent, but as fans, sometimes we've got to ask, well, how does the talent feel about their position? And from what Chelsea said, she's proud of it, and I'm fucking proud of her for it.
Yeah, everything that Blood said, I 100% agree. I mean, Chelsea I could see her being a main eventer, but if this is where she wants to be, then go for it. I mean, do what you want to do. I mean, be in the place that you want to be. The match itself was okay. I don't really have any thoughts about it. I do have a thought about the Jordan Grace being out at ringside. I would like them to finally take the title off of Jade because I'm fucking tired of it. So if you have to, throw it on Saturday night's main event. Throw it at fucking Rumble. I don't care. Get the fucking title off of Jade. No matter what you do, get it the fuck off.
Yeah, and guess what? When it comes to Jade Cargill, I did look it up, and I was right before when I said she hasn't had a single fucking title defense. Not one whatsoever.
When did she win it? SummerSlam?
Yeah.
No, Saturday night's main event when Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship.
Jade Cargill took it off of Tiffany then?
Yup.
Wait, which Saturday night's main event was that? Was that in October?
That was
It wasn't John Cena's.
No, it wasn't John Cena's. It was the one where Jay and Punk went against each other for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Drew and Cody had their first or second match.
Jade Cargill won the WWE Women's Championship from Tiffany Stratton on November 1st at WWE Saturday Night's Main Event.
2.5 months and not one defense with a main world title is unacceptable. She's not injured. And
Ask
we have
Roman
had
that.
how many, and by the way, how many title defenses have we actually had on fucking Monday Night Raw alone since November? We've had, I mean, we're not just talking world title matches. We've had open challenges on SmackDown. We've had tag title matches every other fucking Friday. There's no excuse. Punk just did fucking, within 3 weeks, did 2 world championship matches on Raw. There's no excuse for Jade not to defend once since then.
So at this point, my thoughts on this is very simple. Make the match at some point, make it a whole lot sooner rather than later, and take the title off of Jade Cargill. You did your experiment. Your experiment has failed miserably. Take it the fuck off of her.
All right, you guys. Up next, we got new tag team champions. The MFTs they challenged the White family, the White Six, I should say, not the White family. And it was Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, the guys that challenged for the championship belts, which I thought was really interesting because, I mean, technically, you can say that those two guys are the top guys in the faction. So when I learned that the MFTs were going to challenge for the tag team titles, I thought it was going to be either JC Mateo with Tongaloa or Tonga and Tongaloa, but it was Solo and Tama Tonga. So that made the match a little bit better for me. Although I was not too excited for this because of, everything that's been happening with these two factions. It hasn't really been the most entertaining build or feud that I've seen. But we got new tag team champions, so that was different. It was kind of unexpected for me, at least. And after the match, the MFTs take off with the tag team titles, and they also take off with that lantern that's been a big part of this feud for the past couple of weeks. So this feud is definitely going to continue because the ultimate insult, they took the titles from them and they kept the lantern. Thoughts on that, fellas?
I couldn't give a shit. I miss the days when you feuded with someone and you might have had brawls and such, or you might have had a lot of promo battles or backstage segments, but you didn't wrestle each other a million fucking times in the feud. You used to save the actual match for a specific part of the feud. And then if the feud continued, you wouldn't have another match until another big moment needed to happen. These guys have versed each other so many fucking times since the fall of last year. I couldn't care anymore, man. I can't. Like, the only two people that anybody gives a shit in the MFTs is literally Tama and Solo. Like, Tonga, Tala, and JC are quite literally like, I don't like anybody losing their jobs. I'm not saying this, but I am questioning why the fuck these guys are even paid to be here. That's when I look at them, that's what I think. Why do they pay you to be here? Why you're carrying Solo's bags? Like, I mean, it's why he's a mid-carder who can't win shit without cheating, and he barely wins anyway. So why the fuck do you guys even believe in him enough to back him up? I can't get my head around that part of the storytelling. I just can't. Like, I could understand somebody following Roman Reigns around because it's Roman fucking Reigns. I can understand people following Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins around. Look at them. They're fucking winners. So when I look at this, I just don't buy it. And so then you throw the Wyatt Six in there, who for the last 3 years has been start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And then all of a sudden, they're in a feud that won't fucking end with a team of fucking guys who lose all the time. Like, there's no credibility on the MFTs. So I'm just sitting here like, why do I care? Title switched hands? Who fucking cares?
And I'm just happy that we got new tag team champions because, I mean, the Wyatts don't really defend them. And I just want to see something else with the Wyatts. I want to see something with, what's the word I'm looking for? With them, not with other people, with them. Like, when they first got introduced, they were this big, scary faction that everyone should fear. But now you're just here as a part of Bray Wyatt, which no disrespect to him whatsoever. But I want to see them actually do something. Yes, you can have them in a feud, but make it interesting. Make me actually want to care about the Wyatts. Not that I don't, but I mean, they're just getting a little boring. I barely paid attention to the match because, I mean, it was good, the parts that I saw, but I mean, just make it interesting, please.
They should have kept them a special attraction. They should have only been brought out every now and again when someone really stepped over a line and needed someone to check them at the door. And they should have been that group that you fuck up just enough, the lights go down, and there they are. Kind of like how they handled Undertaker in his last few years.
Yeah, it seems to me as well that their way of going, hey, what can make this feud interesting is, do one of them have an inanimate object that they hold closely to their hearts here? Yeah, it seems like it. Because Punk with the bracelet. Okay. Axiom with Johnny Gargano, in which we'll get to, had the mask. You've got the Wyatt Six right now with the lantern. Can we stop fighting over fucking inanimate objects that basically mean nothing? I mean, the lantern, yes, it means something because it's Bray Wyatt's little spot there. It's his little relic there that's not going to go away anytime soon. But still, can we stop fighting over inanimate object just because of the fact that they're close to your rival?
The New Day with that fucking hat that over the summer with Penta. over a hat.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So many of these rivalries nowadays are over inanimate objects that are really close to the rival. That's literally apparently their only way of thinking of making things interesting now, is going, hey, this person has something that's really close to their character. Let's have their rival take it from them and have them fight over it. That's about it.
One of our questions from our prediction episode that we did earlier this week for Saturday night's main event have been answered. Are we going to get a fourth match? And yes, we did. But this was so random, out of the blue, out of nowhere. AJ Styles was invited to SmackDown by Nick Aldis before, his big retirement match at Royal Rumble versus Gunther. But it wasn't just to talk about the retirement match. It was for something else. And Shinsuke Nakamura walks in the picture and basically tells AJ, hey, if this match at the Rumble is going to be your final match, if this match is going to be, if you're going to leave, if you lose, I want to have a match with you one last time. And I thought that was fucking dope. I was not expecting this at all. I was like, damn, okay, because, we don't know what's going to happen at the Rumble. We hope AJ Styles wins, but what if he doesn't? He's out. He's gone. AJ Styles is going to retire. So what better way to, give us this match between these two guys who have a lot of history from New Japan and, they're legends and a lot of people would argue. So we're going to get AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Saturday night's main event. And I, for one, I'm down to see.
I'm happy to see it. I just hope to God this makes up for their terrible fucking feud from 2018 that was literally predicated on Shinsuke wins the Rumble, first Japanese-born superstar to win the Rumble on the same fucking night that Asuka wins as the first ever Japanese female to win a Rumble. And then at Mania, him and fucking AJ have a match. And it ends with AJ retaining and Shinsuke getting mad, so he kicks AJ in the dick. So then we get a whole feud, a whole series of matches that keep ending with one of them kicking the other one in the fucking nuts. And matches would just keep ending by DQ for getting kicked in the balls. And it was a terrible fucking feud predicated around low blowing each other. So I'm hoping that this literally makes up for it. I'm hoping that this match is just a straight victor. Two former friends and rivals have a clean fucking match. And that's it. Just a great wrestling clinic with no notes.
Yeah, I agree with Blood. There's not really any story to it because we've already had all the story that we need to know that this match is going to be good. So, I have Shinsuke for the match because, I think he needs the rub from AJ Styles if he loses that Rumble, which I hope to God he doesn't. But I have Shinsuke for the match. I have Shinsuke winning it because he needs the rub.
I'm going to have AJ winning it just so we can do our predictions. And Tommy, give yours too.
Oh, come on. I have to be the fucking tiebreaker. Screw both of you. But if I
Snug's right there. Snug's right there.
If I had to choose between the two of them, in which unfortunately I do, I feel like since Shinsuke hasn't really been used much ever since he went out, thanks to family stuff with LA Knight and that whole thing, he went out for a while and then came back. I think that at this point, Shinsuke Nakamura needs it more than AJ Styles does. So, my prediction here is also for Shinsuke Nakamura to win.
Yeah, no, AJ's has to win. He has to win to go before his match versus Gunther. Like, if he can't beat Shinsuke Nakamura, then he has no chance versus Gunther. So AJ definitely has to win. Um, all right, you guys, the next match. Oh my god, it's my worst fucking nightmare. Johnny Gargano versus Nathan Frazier. Oh boy. But you know what? I got to be honest. I popped for the finish because it was an entertaining finish. Thank God after a long and fucking uninteresting match between two people that we haven't seen Nathan Frazier on TV in God knows how fucking long. Do you remember when these guys came into the SmackDown roster in the tag team division? They came in hot, Frazier and Axiom. Then they completely fell off the tag team division. Like, we haven't seen them at all in the tag team division. They've been just doing backstage segments, goofy segments with Johnny Gargano. Anyway, didn't care for the match, but the finish was pretty entertaining because Johnny Gargano got slapped by his own wife, which I thought was great. I popped big for that. And Johnny Gargano lost. So I was happy with the ending.
Yeah, you may not like Gargano, but there's one person I can't stand in this entire thing, and it's honestly Johnny Gargano's wife. I can't stand her. I have never liked the poison pixie. I have never been able to stand her. They randomly were just like, hey, you know all that shit you were doing with Naya? Fuck that noise. We're just gonna randomly pair you up with your husband and Tommaso Ciampa. And now that Ciampa's no longer in the company, now we're just gonna finally start featuring Johnny Gargano in singles action. And when it came down to it, like, first off, Snug, I genuinely think you're drunk. This match was great. I love this match. If there's one thing I will say, Nathan fucking Frazier might be faster than Braun Breaker. Holy shit, the way he ran the ropes. I was like, okay, hit him. Okay, hit him. Oh, okay, slow down. Jesus Christ. I thought like the moment he hit a move, the man was going to fucking fly into the first row. I legit thought, bro, you know what I need to see? I need to see Nathan Frazier and Braun Breaker race. Just a race. But I loved it. Nathan Frazier paying a shit ton of homage to his mentor, Seth Rollins. Like, we saw a sling blade, we saw a Phoenix splash, which never lands, and we saw God, he did another the frog splash. But the way I mean, legit, like, it's a shame they do not keep Nathan Frazier on TV more often, because I look at that guy and I'm just like, how do you not see fucking star potential, mid card championship potential out of this guy, singles run potential out of this guy? He's a fucking machine. First thought that came to my head was, there are two matches I want to see once I saw this. I want to see Nathan Frazier versus Seth Rollins one-on-one, and I want to see Nathan Frazier versus Finn Balor. I just, like, talk about chemistry. To me, it's a dream match. But I thought this was great. Both guys did their jobs. They looked great. Finish was, played for comedy. That's fine. Whatever. This is the vortex they're trapped in. But I enjoyed this match. But mainly enjoyed it because of Nathan Frazier. But also, he has chemistry with Johnny Gargano that I picked up on.
I agree with Blood. I didn't like the match, but not for the same reason. He doesn't like the match because it's Johnny Gargano.
Didn't like the match, not Blood.
I said Snug.
You said Blood.
I said Snug.
No, you said Blood, bud.
All right, whatever. I meant Snug if I said Blood. So I agree with Snug because, well, no, I don't agree. God damn it, Blood. I don't like the match because of a different reason that's not Snug's reason. I didn't like it because it just felt like a piss break match. I mean, I didn't really care a lot about it. I did care about the, I want to say, like, last quarter of the match, because that's when he started pulling out all the Seth Rollins stuff, I'm pretty sure, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And I see a lot of Seth Rollins in Nathan Frazier, and those posts are like, oh, this person is the future, that person, this person's the future, that person. I feel like Nathan Frazier is the future Seth Rollins. So I mean, if he can get out of the Fraxium stuff and go on to be an amazing star, then he could definitely be compared to Seth Rollins in the future. Um, but yeah, the ending was kind of weird. I mean, why didn't Axiom just hold on? That's ending my turn.
Hey, Blood, you want to know what the first thing that popped into my head when you said that you would like a race between Braun Breaker and Nathan Frazier? The first thing that popped into my head was a little competition that I believe Bianca Belair and Bailey had during the fucking pandemic era. I would not mind if that happened just once. Just once. One last time between Braun Breaker and Nathan Frazier.
I don't want it on WWE TV. I just want it on like WWE's like backstage socials or some shit. They race in a parking lot or something.
Yeah.
But please don't make it a segment. Christ, no.
Oh, God, no. But this match in itself, Nathan Frazier, holy crap, this man, super, super quick. I completely agree that he is absolutely the future Seth Rollins. There ain't no doubt about that. I believe there's two people that you can say are the future Seth Rollins. That being Nathan Frazier and, as of recently, Austin Theory. But that's it, really. Those two.
I'm not okay. I'm not going to allow this comparison. I'm not going to allow this comparison. Do not compare
Snug, you're drunk.
Nathan Frazier to Austin Theory. I'm sorry, but no. Are we just saying this because we know that Seth Rollins or Nathan Frazier trained under Seth Rollins? Because I don't see the comparison there at all either. Like,
you're insane. I mean, the comparisons all over the place. Aside from if you rewind to 2016 Seth Rollins, same hair length, same beard, their gear is almost identical, just different colors. The knee pads the same, kick pads the
but
same,
I mean, I'm talking about like
in-ring
skill
ability,
level,
in-ring
charisma, promo.
That's completely different. We're talking about we're saying he has the capability and ability. If they get him out of the undercard and actually let him go.
No, you guys literally said he's the next Seth Rollins. The
Snug,
next
once
Seth
again,
Rollins.
you were drunk.
Yes, the next Seth. We're talking in-ring ability. He is the next Seth. You're talking about high-quality, performative, athletic, competitive matches. Damn straight, he's the next Seth Rollins. He wrestled almost identically to him tonight. 2016 Seth Rollins is what Nathan Frazier did tonight. Athletic ability, he might be just as good as Seth was 10 years ago.
And yeah, you guys are right about that. But there's a lot of people that can have those competitive matches. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to do it at a very high, in a main event level like a Seth Rollins. I mean,
yes, but
it takes more than just in-ring ability to get there. It
comes with time. I'd like to remind you that 15, 16, or about 12-ish years ago, Seth sucked on the fucking mic. If you forget,
you're right.
When if you remember the Shield, who was the talker for the Shield? Dean Ambrose.
It does. We don't know. I mean, we can't predict the future. Maybe Nathan Frazier, by some miracle, becomes the next Seth Rollins, but I just don't see it happening.
Keep in mind, Seth Rollins doesn't become Seth Rollins unless they book him that way. It's going to come down to the creative team to put Nathan in a position to succeed at the opportunities he's given. But they have to put him in that position. They have to give him those opportunities. But Fair enough. In ring, he has that ability.
All right. The undisputed champion, Drew McIntyre, showed up to talk his shit. And he pretty much fucking flamed all the competitors in the Fatal 4-Way. Trick Williams, go get him, kid. Randy Orton. What do you say about Randy? I forgot. But he
said, you're
basically
not Randy. You're not the Viper. You're happy-go-lucky Randy now. Randall Keith Orton. He was basically like saying that he was like the chilled out version of who he used to be.
And what do you say about the other two guys? Because one of the things that really stuck out to me, I'm gonna point out, but he had to say something about everyone else, which was Sammy
So,
and
So Trick Williams, he said, Trick Williams, the new kid, the new guy, go get him, kid. And then he said what he said about Randy. Then with Damian, he said, Damian, he goes, can't believe I wasted a whole year on that loser. If I meet you at the Rumble, I'm going to end your career. Even though Damian literally beat his ass for the title and beat his ass in the fucking cage last year, and he wants to talk tough. He lost both times.
Right, that's right. But the thing that really stood out to me about this whole thing was the fact that he addressed the comments made by Jacob Fatu in that backstage interview with Cody Rhodes. He was like, Jacob, it wasn't me who attacked you. It wasn't me that kicked down your teeth, because I would have bragged about it. I would have proudly admitted to it. So again, Drew McIntyre is denying all these claims, and I believe Drew McIntyre because he tells no lie. Drew McIntyre speaks facts all the time, so I don't think it was him, y'all.
I mean, he literally lied in this promo. I mean, he quite literally he quite literally said the title that me and Randy traded back and forth. They did not trade the title back and forth. He lied and sat there and said that I wasted a whole year on Damian. He wasn't even in a feud with Damian for more than 4 months. What do you call it? I mean, the shit at the cash-in was the cash-in. They let, when that cash-in happened, they didn't touch each other for like fucking 4 months, and then they had a feud that was only like that happened literally last year. And Damian took the title from him a year before that. He's full of shit. He lies constantly. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's the devil's in the details. If you pay attention, Drew is quite literally the liar, a pathological liar who has people convinced that he isn't a liar. I thought this promo was mid because it was very short, didn't last that long. He didn't say a whole lot of substance. He just very lightly shit on his opponents, and then was just like, hey, I didn't do it, yada, yada, yada. And got, I don't care who faces me because I'll do whatever it takes to hold on to this title. And the promo was over. He's cut infinitely better promos than this. And I would have thought as a champion, he'd be going even harder in the paint. He seemed really restrained here tonight.
Just two things real quick. One, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually agree with Drew McIntyre. One, I don't really care who he faces at the Rumble. Two, I mean, he doesn't tell any lies. So, I mean, that's part of the reason that, well, other than the two that he did tell, okay? Other than the two that he did tell. But, I mean, if he did attack Jacob, then he would have been bragging about it. So, I don't think it was Drew that attacked Jacob, but it could be at the same time. I don't know. I don't remember what the other thing was. So, yeah.
I don't think he would have bragged about it. I think he's lying there. He's afraid of Jacob. So why would he brag about doing that so Jacob could attack him at any point? He doesn't want Jacob to attack him. He doesn't want Jacob to beat the shit out of him. Why would he admit to something that would get him jumped? So, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's going to lie. But Jacob also used the words, he kicked my teeth down my throat. Cody's not the guy to kick you in the face. The disaster kick, sure, that's it. Drew literally uses a kick as a finish. But something I forgot to point out, and sorry, Tommy, I know for a fact now, based on what Drew said in this promo, where he went in on one person more than anybody else, Sammy. Sammy's fucking winning that goddamn match tomorrow.
He saved him for last.
But he also spent a lot of time, and he got very personal and brought up Sammy's son. There's no way they let him there's no way they let him do that if Sammy's not winning. They telegraphed Sammy.
That's right. That was a
Yeah,
that
especially
was
with
crazy.
him going, yeah, like he basically said, hey, he knew you were a bad dad from his fucking birth. The moment he opened his eyes or something like that. It's basically what he
Oh
said.
fuck.
So clearly he really dug in on Sammy specifically, and it's very easy to say that Sami Zayn is absolutely winning it. And man got punished later on in the show for that shit.
That's why he slapped him, huh? He just bitch
Oh
slapped him
yeah,
straight to his face.
he dug into him and his son, and then later on in the show, right after talking to Damian Priest, right before the main event, all of a sudden he spots Drew McIntyre, walks up to him, and all he does is just slap the shit out of him. So it's safe to say that Sami Zayn is absolutely winning tomorrow night. And good luck, Drew McIntyre, because you're going to deal with one pissed off Sami Zayn.
We had a triple threat women's tag team match. And I believe this was the number one contenders, right? The winners of this match goes on to face the women's tag team champions, right? And we had Lash Nia, Charlotte Alexa, Julia, the United States champion, Kiana James. Again, man, this match not the most exciting thing, man. I wasn't really too looking forward to this. However, I was really shocked at who got the pin here. It was Kiana James, but this I kind of get vibes of what they're doing with Chelsea Green, you know, the whole thing that they said in the documentary, how she's there to make the other women look good. I'm getting that same feeling when I'm watching Kiana James, you know, because she's Julia's lackey, you know. She's usually getting beat up all the time. Kiana James is, you know. So I'm like, is Kiana James getting the Chelsea Green treatment? But she got the pin here. She stole the victory. She pinned Alexa Bliss. Kiana James did, which I thought, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. So that was cool. I enjoyed that part. So we got Julia and Kiana James going for the women's tag team championships. So I can't complain. I was pretty happy about that.
You know, here's the thing. She didn't pin Kiana. Kiana James did not pin Alexa Bliss. She pinned a fucking 5-time women's world champion in Alexa Bliss. Let that sink in. The new kid on the block, who hasn't even been on the main roster a year yet, pinned a 5-time women's world champion. That's a big deal that I think a lot of people are going to overlook here. Because all they see is, oh, she stole a victory over little tiny Alexa Bliss, the smallest girl in the match. No, guys, she stole a victory over a fucking world champion. The only way that would have been a bigger deal is if they had let her steal the win on Charlotte. So a 15 fucking time women's world champion. So when it comes down to it, the match was fine. I'd like to point out still, at this point, the two most over things in this entire SmackDown's women division is Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss's sister Abigail DDT. Every time she goes to hook for that fucking sister Abigail, the crowd loses their fucking minds. It was the loudest pop of the match. It is the loudest pop every match Alexa is in. I thought it was a nice showcase for especially the new girls, that being Kiana and Lash Legend. Julia, glad to see they are continuing the trend of having the Women's United States Champion rub shoulders with 3 other former Women's World Champions in Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Alexa. So I think keeping her in that conversation with those girls, not in, I'm saying main card conversation, but in conversation of, hey, you can now put her in the same sentence of these women when it comes to in-ring. I think that's really good for the Women's United States Championship. I think giving the win to Julia and Kiana was a smart move. It adds more credibility back to Julia, which they had been siphoning from this girl for the last 8 months. And it's a massive fucking deal for Kiana. And I know that pinning Alexa is not lost on her.
I have no thoughts about this match. It was kind of really boring, so no thoughts.
My biggest thing on this is that I just feel like I've already seen this match because of the fact that we had literally already had a number one contenders women's tag team match that was also a 6-woman tag team match. What, like 2-3 weeks ago, to see who would go up against Rhea and Io tomorrow night. So it feels like literally all they did is went, hey, we have Alexa and Charlotte, and we have Nia and Lash Legend. 4 women that are still in this division. Obviously, the Judgment Day will be facing them tomorrow night. Let's just casually shove in Julia and fucking Kiana James. So, for me at least, I feel like I've literally already seen this match 2 weeks ago. Because that's basically what this was. So, we'll see who ends up winning tomorrow.
So we had the main event, Trick Williams and Damian Priest. I thought it was dope that this new guy, Trick Williams, this kid, how Drew McIntyre called him earlier in the show, got his first main event of SmackDown already, like just a couple of weeks after being called up, which I thought was dope. The other thing too that I noticed about this match, the match was it was a TV match. Obviously, like they weren't gonna go all out and have a fucking banger 5-star match like Carmelo and Ilya did because they're literally gonna wrestle tomorrow night in the Saturday night's main event. So it was a regular TV match, but the thing that stood out to me that I really noticed was the fact that at least for the first half of the match, Trick Williams was calling this thing. Like you can hear him in the camera, like on the mics, calling the spots, which I thought was interesting because Damian Priest is the veteran in this situation, right? But also, like I've heard, you hear all these things where at least back in the old times, I don't know if this is how they do things in modern wrestling now, where the heel is usually the one that would call the match, right? At least that's what I've heard multiple times. So in that sense, it made sense that Trick Williams was the one that was calling it. But I thought that was good. I thought that that's a good look on Trick Williams. The fact that Damian Priest is allowing Trick Williams to call the match and just doing the spots that Trick Williams was calling, you know, it shows how good Trick Williams actually is, at least to me in my eyes. So I thought that part was really interesting. Obviously, before the match, Sammy tried to involve himself into this match by telling Damian Priest, hey, I got your back. Damian Priest was like, no, stay out of it, you know. Sami Zayn obviously didn't listen, and that backfired. It was a good way to hype up the match tomorrow. Sami Zayn got involved. He attacked, I believe Sami Zayn attacked Trick Williams first, which means it was by DQ Trick Williams won this match. And they all got into a big fat brawl after the match. RKO at the very end. Randy Orton showed up at the end, gave Trick Williams an RKO. But this whole thing, to me, I really enjoyed it. Trick Williams at the end of the match was standing tall before the RKO. He won. I really enjoyed this main event, man. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was a really decent main event for, obviously a TV program. I mean, when it comes down to it, obviously they're saving a lot of stuff for tomorrow. No one's trying to risk injury before a big contendership match like tomorrow. So I noticed they were wrestling much safer than if this was like on a PLE feud one-on-one. But it was good. It was good work. Trick calling the match. I can't say he called the whole match. I can definitely say he was calling out certain spots. It's possible before the match he asked him, hey, do you mind, this is my first ever main event. Can I call it? Do you care? Does that bother you? I just want to get my feet wet, see what it's like. Or Damian might have offered and said, hey, this is a big deal. Why don't you call the match? Why don't we call it together? It's possible. We've seen how supportive Damian is to people backstage. in the behind the scenes stuff. He's extremely supportive to Rhea. He's a very, very good friend to the people in the locker room. He's a very kind-hearted guy. I could see him caring about the nurturing of the talent in that of Trick Williams, realizing, hey, as the veteran, it is my job to make sure that you are on the come up, that you have all the tools. And I'm sure WWE or Bruce Pritchard or Triple H were like, hey, make sure when you're out there, let him get some of his stuff in, let him showcase some stuff, whatever. Because especially the more we see this WWE Unreal stuff, the more that seems like a plausible thing to me happening. And Damian is the team player, right? The guy is in his mid-40s. He knows he's not at this for another 5-6 years. So he knows that building the current up-and-coming talent is a massive thing of importance for the company overall. And I get lifer feels from Damian Priest. I could see him being a coach when this is all done. I could see him being a producer. He has that air about him. So I think that this was a lot of things were done correctly here. I like that it was a protected finish with the DQ. I like that Damian's protected because he did not get pinned. I like that Trick's protected because he did not get pinned. So you don't have to worry about making either guy look weak before tomorrow, but you also let Sammy get that aggression out, show Sammy's fire and anger in his home country, and then you let Randy still come out there and pop everybody to end the show. So I think that everything here was done safely, but it was done correctly.
God, what a main event for Trick's first, because I loved how both of these men wrestled or had this match with each other, because I mean, it was well called, it was safe, and just overall it was entertaining. I mean, I could tell where they were like checking up on each other. I could tell where they were calling spots. I could tell everything, and I like those kind of matches. So it was a good match for me. The one thing I don't know why is I don't know why Sammy was out there in the first place. Yes, obviously to get the aggression off and show him that he's fired up and he's ready to go, and he's also pissed. But I just don't. I don't. That was the only part of the main event that I did not enjoy, is that Sammy was out there. Not that.
Remember, Trick did cheap shot him earlier in the night, so that was payback.
Well, true. But I don't know. I don't know why it just didn't sit right with me. And then Randy coming out at the end, it only felt right because I mean, at the what's it called? At the opener, he stayed back to observe rather than go and get physical like the other three did. So made sense to me. Overall, great show, great main event. I'm happy with this episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, the main event was great. It felt right that right after everything went down, Randy Orton was still standing tall while everybody else was down. So I feel like Randy might get like really, really close to winning tomorrow, and then Sammy kind of swoops in. Like, that's what I think is going to happen from all this. Toxic, shut the fuck up. I know your thoughts on it. but still, I think that at this point, it feels only right to have Randy standing tall after RKOing it. I knew something was going to happen with how long it took the executive producer's credit to come up. Because right when it hit 10, I'm like, oh, it's 10 Central. I'm like, okay, that's great. Why the hell is this one credit that's usually on right off the bat taking so damn long to come up? And then the RKO happened. I'm like, yep, that makes total sense on why the hell it took so long. So you start to really catch on with these credits after a while.
Randy's like, I got to get my shit in.
Well, we definitely got our shit in tonight. That was a Snug Wrestling review for Friday Night SmackDown. Sorry, the SmackDown review with the Snug Wrestling crew. My bad. It's been a long night. And it was lovely to spend it here with everybody. Thank you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to leave a star rating and a review. Follow us on social media, all that good stuff. We will see you guys after Saturday night's main event. Let's get up out of here.
Thank you guys for kicking it with us. As always, we appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. And if you want to hang out with us even more, make sure you hang out with us every Monday and Friday night after Raw and SmackDown go off the air respectively for whatever times they go off the air in your location, in your time zone. And that's for live post-show reviews where you can catch us on YouTube Live, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and Facebook Live, as well as kicking it with us every single Thursday night on TikTok Live, now that we know the app is sticking around, for 1 hour random wrestling topics or relevant wrestling topics where myself, Mr. Blood, and the head of Snug Wrestling, Edgar, go one-on-one for an hour at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Central, every single Thursday. And mark your calendars because it's upcoming Wednesday. We are doing predictions for the 2026's Royal Rumble match. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and 8 o'clock Central. And for bonus content, always check out our socials during the live shows for reaction content from Edgar himself on all of our social media main channels. And then support the podcast by heading over to our TeePublic, where you can buy and check out over 100 different designs on tons of different merch options, including cell phone cases, tapestries, tote bags, magnets, stickers, shirts, hoodies, your mother's ass, everything in between, especially your mother's ass. I heard it was great. But you can do that by supporting us there for your gear. Until next time, guys, that was one time for the one time. And boys, I said that was
4 letters.
Oh, letters.
One word.
one word.
Oh.
Yeet. We'll see you tomorrow night.